record. Right. Okay, let's do another famous chess game. This time by Willem Steinitz. And he's facing off against Kurt von Bardeleben. I think I've seen this game before. On the internet somewhere. I think Ben Feingold's done this one as well. But I'm not sure. So Willem Steinitz, this is 5 years before his death. He was the world's first chess champion. And this was 1 year after he was the world's chess champion. So props if you know who was world champion during this tournament, which is the famous Hastings tournament. If you know who was the second world champion, good on you. He was the guy who played Capablanca. I think Capablanca was number 3. I think it was Emanuel Lasker. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Okay, he's playing Kurt von Bardeleben, who was who studied law but never practiced it because he liked chess better. But for some reason, he never actually became world champion, or his tournaments were a bit iffy sometimes. Okay, so this is the game. Let's see. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6. Let's see, do we have a Spanish? No, we have the Guoco piano. A lot of cool miniatures by Guoco in my database in this position. A lot of fun stuff. Oftentimes, you can sacrifice here and give a check and then bring your queen out, and it's awkward and weird and crazy. So there are some really fun, sharp lines in that. But that's all I know. Like, I have no idea how to play these positions at all. If I play E4, occasionally I will play the Spanish. But this is the Guoco piano, so the Italian game. This move characterizes the Guoco piano. The name means quiet game. Yeah, it's a music term. Pianissimo, like the quietest move. And it seems rather inappropriate given the stormy events to come. Okay, so we're going to see something sharp. When it received its name, the standard opening was the King's Gambit. Yeah, then it's quiet. King's Gambit is where you sacrifice a pawn and occasionally even a piece. Stuff like this. Occasionally. Right? If white wants to start off with something like these kinds of shenanigans, this is a lot quieter than, what we just seen. C3. Preparing E4, I think. Maybe even dropping that bishop back. Getting it on that nice Spanish diagonal that we talked about earlier in the... What is it? Game 5? This is game 6. So in game 5, I think we had a Spanish, right? We also had Steinitz, if I'm not mistaken. Have I been reading in bed? Hard to read. On my Kobo. Okay, C3 instead of D3 or 5D3 on the next move would bring about the Guoco pianissimo, the quietest game. This is actually the modern preference. So this is still good. Knight F6. Healthy development. D4, there we go. Takes. I think you need to move the bishop somewhere. Give a check. Okay. Alright. Getting a piece of his own medicine. D5 is weird though. The annotators give it a question mark exclam. So inaccuracy, or is it inaccuracy or dubious move, or dubious move? But why? I don't immediately see the tactical refutation. Can take. Notice, in case you're wondering, if takes, you can take with the queen because this is not allowed. See? Computer won't let me do it. The reason it's not allowed is this knight is in a pin by the bishop. If I take, next move, you take my king. It's not allowed. So you can actually put this move here because you're not losing any material immediately. However, it is still a dubious move, so I'm wondering why. What's the problem? This move causes white rather less inconvenience. Okay, there was something better. So what's better here? What's the best move? Castling? I mean, I like white in this position. I got the massive center. I got my pieces out. Two aggressive squares. I'm going to castle next move and get out of the pin. Drunk bishop once again. So I don't see a problem here. What is the best move for white? There was, instead of the knight, there was this. And then takes. And then knight takes, queen takes, knight takes, and now d5. Black has a completely acceptable position. So you play knight c3. There you go. d5. Dubious move. White rather... the key difference from the line in the previous note is that white retains his dark squared bishop, and this greatly enhances his attacking prospects in the open position. So this center is going to open up one way or another, and then these bishops are going to be great. And also, these bishops are going to be great. So attacking potential with the bishop pair on the open board. Rawr, look at all the arrows. Aggressive lines. Okay. Takes. Castles. Right. Taking the knight offers no benefit. Now that your king is out of that pin that I just showed you, there's nothing here anymore. Now you're actually threatened to take and win material. Sorry, I'm drinking Fever Tree ginger beer, which always makes me sneeze because it's pretty strong stuff. Okay. Let's just check whether or not the mic is still working. The mic is still working. Excellent. Okay. Castles. Bishop e6. Protecting the knight because it was attacked. It's too late for black to grab the pawn. Instead of this. Yeah, queen b3, exclam. You have to protect, and we're also attacking, right? Nice double attack by the queen. Attacking the bishop, and using that battery to just destroy this pawn with check. B takes a1, bishop takes a1, rook, which was hanging. f7, check. This is a fun line. King f8. Now the other bishop. I mean, this must be played. Yep, bishop a3 check. Knight e7, blocking. Right, what's crushing here? Rook e1 or take the bishop first. Bishop h5. Ah, threatening mate. Right, I get it. Now the queen is moving in for the mate. Okay. So you have to do something. G6 makes sense. And now knight jumps in. Threatening mate again. Yep, knight G5. There we go. Basically all forced, right? It's a very forcing variation. Queen E8. Protecting against the mate. Right? Rook E1 and white wins. Rook E1. There we go. This is the attack. This comes with check. Or you take with the rook. And there's no way you can defend this because the queen has to go here. Let's say you take the bishop. Take with check. Queen takes. Rook takes. King takes. How do you kill? Maybe there's not enough material here. Black wins, but how? I think I've already messed it up. Black wins. Do it the other way around, maybe. Nah, that doesn't work either. Now it comes with check, but you get the same variation. Rook E1 and black wins. Why? Where's the kibitzer? I don't see an immediate checkmate. Let's say you take... Wow, it's mate in 14. Black takes. Now it's mate in 6. Rook takes E1. Queen takes. Ah! What? Queen F7 checkmate. Why didn't I see Queen F7 checkmate? I'm an idiot. Again, I'm an idiot because computer won't let me just do this because it's in a pin. It's the same tactic that I just explained and I miss it. It's super, super weird. Here I am taking back and it's a blunder and I mean, it's still good for white. But it's not as good. I mean, mating 1. There you go. So you can't take the bishop because this happens. Queen G6 is the best move apparently. That's not G6. This is G6. Queen G6. Rook F7 double check. It's double check. Bam. Bam. 2 pieces checking the king. So you have to move the king. Doesn't matter where you go. Yes. G8. You go here. It's made in what? It's made in 2. Rook D7 check. You're in check with the queen. Discover check. There you go. You can't take the rook. And next move, it's checkmate. So, I mean, you can block it. Or you can. Okay, so problem is king can move here, king can move there, can move here because of the bishop. So you have to give your queen either here or there. It doesn't really matter. Sorry, it does matter because you have to block. So you block it, or here or there. It doesn't really matter. You just take it off, and it's checkmate. So that's. Oh, excuse me. This line there. So king has to go here, and then it's a little bit more work. b5 check. Forcing line. Can't take the rook because of the knight. So I'm guessing this. Queen e5 check makes sense. Now we have to move the king. Or you could block with the bishop. That is probably the best move, right? Queen takes h8. Oh, now you take the rook. Wow, and you have to give the queen in order to block it, and you're still mated. Yeah, all right. So, funny lines. Where were we? Big variation. Bishop e6. Funny lines. Bishop g5. With an attack on the queen. There we go. No. Man, This is an alcohol-free beverage, which tastes like it's got a lot of alcohol, and I start drawing arrows as if this makes me drunk. Not good. I have to go out later tonight. And I have to go out, but I have to get out of the house. Let's get rid of the kibitzer. Itchy ear. Now white has the initiative. Bishop e7. Bishop takes d5. Takes. Queen takes. And we end up in a position with an isolated queen's pawn's position. Also, the bishop is attacked twice and defended once. So, this knight is defending the bishop. It's defending the pawn. This queen is defending the pawn. But this bishop is attacked twice. And the pawn is also attacked twice. So, if it was black's turn, I'll give you an example. This, let's say, black can take, and if you take, I take. Or I take with the bishop. So you lose a piece. So not good, right? That's why you take. Okay. Also, if takes, let's make another move. Let's make the h3 move again. If takes, maybe then I can take. You got a lot of in-between moves here. I like black in this position, regardless of the checks. Maybe move my king up in the endgame. Active king, better pawn structure. I don't know. Hard to say. But there must be more here. Now maybe take first. Then you take. And then you right, now you take. You get the same thing. Okay. Move order is not extremely important, maybe. Okay. So you take immediately and Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d5. What are we? 13. Bishop e7. Bishop e7. Knight e7, of course. Right. And now you pin the knight. Okay. This is better. f6. Queen e2. Oh. Wow. Is this the end of the game? We're skipping ahead a bit too far here. Pin. There we go. Queen e2. Threatening checkmate. Okay. Luckily for him, black has to do. This move seems very natural and strong, But white had an excellent alternative in queen a4 check. Queen a4 check. What's so good about it? I don't have any I don't have any stock in Fever Tree. But Fever Tree tonic, Fever Tree ginger beer, pretty awesome stuff. It's really good. Why don't I just block it like this? C6 question mark. Why don't I do this? Queen a3 gives black no decent way to defend his knight. Okay, you attack it again. And you can't really defend it very well because queen d7 allows 17 rook takes e7. Okay. Sack the exchange. Bam! Now what? Obviously, this is a mistake. Oops. Whoops. You have to take it. And now I'm better. Right? Can't castle because of the queen. And, I mean, castling long is not advised, I think. Queen immediately enters and wins another pawn. Yeah, this is no good. Maybe you win the pawn. Oh, it's check even. Okay. How do you protect it? I guess there's this way. Okay. Queen a4. c6 doesn't work because you can sack the exchange. So let's not take with the queen. Let's take with the king. It's not allowed. Because queen is... okay. Right. So we figured out that line. c6 doesn't work. So king f7 apparently is better. Now why is this so good? Knight e5 exclam. I never would have found this move. Knight e5. What a move. Sacrificing a knight. Knight e5 exclam. F takes e5, declining the sacrifice. Gives white a strong position. So you have to take it. Okay, why does it get... Okay, let's say I don't actually take it. Then knight g4. There we go. Knight g6. Defense. Knight e3. With a tempo on the queen. Queen f7, knight f5. Queen f7 here. This is a good position for white. I mean, this is coming with tempo. We can double up. There's crazy sacrificial ideas. So, all right, hard work. So you have to accept the sacrifice. Knight f5 exclam, because you're sacrificing. Bam! No more knight. See ya, don't want to be ya. Now, I'm assuming rook takes with a tempo on the queen. I'm assuming it. F takes e5. Where are we? 17, rook takes e5 for obvious reasons. Queen d6. And now what? Another line. Queen c4 check. Why is there a queen c4 check? Move 18. Queen c4 is not, in fact, check. King is on f8. What did I miss? King back to f8. What? 17, queen d6. Line of analysis that we're skipping. 18, queen c4 check. There is no king on that diagonal. There's no king on g8. Where did the king move to g8? Is this one of those... Okay, so the king is on e8. And then you give a check. And then he moves to f8. King f7. Wait. I moved it. Yeah, okay. So I gave this check. And then he goes here. And now I do this. And it's with check. Knight e5 check. Yeah, knight e5 check. F takes e5 because declining doesn't work. Now you do this. Now the queen moves, and now it's check. Okay, the world makes sense again after I made the right move. King f8. Good. I'm assuming rook a to e1. Just pressure that knight a bit further. Or maybe... Ooh, no, you can't give a check. You can give a check on f3. What's the point? Rook a1, pressuring the knight. My first instinct. Knight g8. Knight g8. Why not g6? Isn't that better? Why g8? Why is knight g8 good? I don't understand the world without my kibitzer. Knight g6 is stronger. Knight g8. Why would they give knight g8? Because they came up with this idea. Yeah, this is just a blunder. Why are we... This is the correct move. Knight g8. Crazy move. Rook d5 and then okay, so provided the guy blunders with this move, then white has a strong attack, etc. Mostly etc. But the first time around, I made a couple of moves. I made the mistake. Now this is just a clear error. This is a really stupid analysis, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. Analyze with a computer, you people, in 1995 when Garry Kasparov was still living. Well, he's still alive, still playing, still world champion. Okay. Rook ac1, not the sharpest. White has a number of more forceful possibilities. Okay, c6. This is a mistake. And it gets punished. Giving that knight a square. Yeah, king wants to get out of the pin. Has to move somewhere, I think. d5 exclam. That's a nice move, d5. Just giving that knight d4 as a square. Stockfish really doesn't like it, by the way. d5, they want it here. Oh, they do it? Right. Yeah, king f7 is a lot better. Okay, taking it is a mistake. Okay. Now that knight has a nice home on d4. And annotator's right, it's well worth a pawn to get such a wonderful square for the knight. I agree. Stockfish agrees. Right? The world makes sense again. Now, I get the feeling this is +3, according to Stockfish. So I have the feeling that this won't take supremely long. If you're up a full piece and material is semi-equal, no, you're even a pawn down. Am I counting right? 5 pawns, 6 pawns. If you're a pawn down, but you're 3.27 pawns up in the world, you know, this shouldn't take long. Probably does, but king f7, finally. Knight e6. This is actually a clever move. The threat is rook c7. So let's say black does nothing. Rook c7. Queen has to move. Queen d6. Knight takes f4. There's nothing on f4. Oh, sorry. Queen f4. g6. What? Queen d6. Queen g4 first. Queen g4. This is the line the annotators give. Threatening a check. g6. Defending. Queen f4 exclamation mark. And of course, if takes, then you take, and next move, this knight is going to be taken. Unless something like this. So now you win the pawn. And then you would take the knight again. And now there's 3 guys on that knight. And there's only 2 guys defending it. And you cannot... Oh, maybe you can be clever. And now, no, it doesn't work. I was thinking maybe you take this way and you get mated. But obviously this is check. And so now you block the file. Right. Funny. So that's the idea. Opening up that line. And now you take the pawn, and now that pinned knight will drop. Clever, clever. Steinitz, you're a clever dog. You sly dog, you. There we go. Rook hc1 was played. And then queen g4. Now the threat is to enter on g7, obviously. Enter here. All ye who enter here. Abandon all hope. However, is this working? Oh wait, it's just mate? Okay. I was thinking after this, if the guy takes back, now you just take the knight. And this, now you're up a piece. So no problem. But if you take the knight, this is with check. And it's just a very simple mate in 2. So that doesn't work. Alright, threat, g6. Okay, defend against the threat. That's what good players do. Knight g5 check. I'd give this a X-clam. I mean, can't take that. Stockfish announces mate. It's a mate in 10. Have fun. Go nuts. Well, for starters, the reason you don't do this is that your queen drops. That seems like a no-brainer to me. And then the knight will fall. Unless you defend it. I'm not sure if this is the stockfish line, by the way. Let's see if you take... Queen takes d7. Yeah, you have to run away. King f8 is better. Okay. And over here, basically, you know, you just mop up. King g8. Rook takes c8, check. Rook takes. Queen takes b7. Yeah, you're just mopping up here at this point. So I'm not gonna calculate all the way out. Also, I'm not gonna copy stockfish line. Teaches us nothing. So taking that is just a bad move. But isn't this a queen sack? No, because it's check. Right? We're hunting that. So I'm assuming king e8 to protect. I'm assuming. And the assumption was right. King e8. And now rook takes e7 exclam because it's with check. Bam! King takes. King takes is a mistake. But why? Why? Cool whip. Why? Queen b4 check. Ah, you slide all the way over. Yeah, that's no good. There's good and there's not good. And this is not good. Either, yeah, you probably, yeah, you go here. You close this square off as well. Apparently the best move is to take, because if you go here, then bye-bye. So now you have to give the queen up. Funny lines. I'd win this. Would I? Would I win this? The answer is yes, because of... Can't do that hustle with me, boy. Can't do that hustle with me, boy. That's protected. So, in my case, that would be lucky. In the case of stockfish or a Steinitz, that would be calculated somewhere around here. Probably earlier. That entire line, I think, sort of gets calculated if you play this. And if you don't, then maybe, definitely when you play this. Definitely. Right? Because it's so forcing. Rook takes e7. This move. Clever. Very funny. Right. Right. Starting one of the most famous sacrificial sequences in chess history. Chess history. The rook cannot be taken. Stockfish disagrees with that. They say just queen e7. Best move. This is the best move according to Stockfish. That's... Oh, okay, sorry. That's because we're not in the correct line. Here, queen takes. Rook cannot be taken. false. Stockfish, it doesn't agree. Stockfish would just take it. And now rook takes c8 check. This is probably the reason why you couldn't take it. Queen d8. The knight still hangs. Takes, king takes. Save the knight. Knight f3. I'd be greedy and take this, but it's not the best. Best is just to go back. The knight cannot be taken. False. In fact, it's the best defense. However, black suffers a disaster if he touches the rook. Okay, so we've seen that. We've seen white's bad. Leaves white a piece up. We've seen that. So that's not what you do. You do this. Take my rook. Take my rook. No, I don't take your rook. So I can have your queen, which is a perfectly fine move, except that you're mated. This is not good. Right? So that's clever. That's funny. So if you do this, you're not doing it to take the queen. You're not doing it to take the queen. I think this is what I saw. This is what I think Ben Feingold shows in his analysis. You go here. Take my rook. Take my rook. No, I won't take your rook. If you take my queen, you're mated. Take my rook though. Take my rook though. I insist. Take it. No. I'm not taking that. I'm not touching that. I mean, I wonder if this works. Still can't do this, right? Kablamo. You still get hit the same way. So he can totally take this with the queen. Right? This is just a legit thing. Although now things might be weird if you sack the queen. And this is with check. And then you take the queen back. For example, this. Now you're just a rook up. So maybe that doesn't work. Maybe taking that rook. Queen takes f7. I've done something wrong maybe. Queen takes f7. Rook takes c8. Rook takes c8. Queen takes c8. This is the line I showed. Except different. Now I have a queen left. But now you can ask for a queen trade and I'm still... Oh, snap. You can't ask for that queen trade. Wait, that was a mouse flip. Okay. Bam! This is classic. You have to go up, otherwise your queen drops. And now you exchange queens, and you win 2 pawns, and you're the piece up. So that's even better. So, okay. Horrible position. So, check. King runs away again. Rook takes f7. Rook g7 exclam. Please take my rook. Take it, man. Come on. Come on, do it. Nope, still not taking it. This is just really funny, isn't it? Takes and then runs and then no, I'm still not taking that. Now I'm just taking the pawn and the guy resigns. You have to go back. Now basically you have to take. Fun game. And this is very famous with the sacrificial line that the guy just, no, I'm not touching that rook. I insist. No, I'm not touching it. I insist. No. I resign. Okay. This 1-0 needs some explanation. Von Bardeleben now saw the spectacular finish that awaited him and elected to resign by simply leaving the tournament hall and not coming back. That's why Von Bardeleben never made it, to like the supreme level, because he didn't handle this kind of stuff very well. Like, he was a great chess player, but, when he lost, his temper got the best of him and he just left. In this case, the tournament hall. He didn't even, shake hands or say, well played. He just got up and left. Crazy guy. Obviously, this is rather poor sportsmanship, obviously, right? After the devastating loss, he even wanted to withdraw from the tournament. Ironically, this game is now virtually the only thing he's remembered for. That's harsh. I remember Bobby Fischer once said that winning a chess game is not enough. And his goal of chess was to destroy a man's ego. Steinitz approved, right? Von Bardeleben crushed, wanted to quit chess. The most beautiful game ever. I'm not playing that game anymore. Perhaps the idea of gaining immortality as the loser of a game is what upset him so much. I don't think he realized that. That stuff only happens after. The key variation that Von Bardeleben saw that, made him so upset was King G8, Rook G7, again, swinging that rook all the way over. Now, he could totally try for something like this and hope for a perpetual. That's what I would do. I would do this forever, right? But so Rook G7 check, King H8, King H8, Queen H4 check. There's definitely not a perpetual. King takes G7. Right? Now you have to take the rook. Take my rook. No. Take my rook. No. I insist. No, I don't want your rook. Take my rook. No. Now you have to take my rook. It's illegal not to take my rook. So, you have to take the rook. I'm assuming check. King F8. Rook takes C8. No. Queen G8. Check. King G8. King G8. Queen G8. Queen G8 check. No. King E8. He's not on E8 yet. Wait. Queen G7. Wait. Queen H7 check. King F8. Queen H8. That makes sense. There we go. Check. And now you go here. King E7. Queen G7 check. So you wiggle the way in. The queen in. King E something. E8. King E8. That's the queen. Rook E8. Rook E1. Queen G8 check. That's not G8, my friend, and that's where you get taken. Override. Doing this from the book is pretty annoying. So Von Bardeleben saw all of this? Wow, he was good. He was good. I'm going to put the kibitzer on because I want to close the book. I'm annoyed by it. It's made in 4. I don't want to look down anymore. My neck hurts. King E7. There we go. And now Queen F7. Check. And the king is going to D8. And now queen f8. And now queen e8. And now this move or that move. Doesn't really matter, I think. They're both checks. Does it matter? It does matter a lot, in fact. Okay. Go here. Override. King d7. Queen d6 check. And mate. There we go. That was the mating square. So when Bardeleben saw this entire zigzag, once this opens up, Steinitz saw this sacrificial line. Like, either I'm a piece up, or I don't fall for the for this. I'm sorry. Either I'm a piece up, or my queen enters the party. And she's going to zigzag all the way in and eventually give checkmate on d6. That's impressive. And von Bardelen's ego was crushed and he quit chess. Almost. And now he's remembered for this game. That's harsh. That's harsh. Chess is a hard game. Alright. Thanks for watching another great game from the book, Mammoth Book of the Greatest Chess Games Ever Played. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you the next time around.